start work about 5 to 5:30. I'll come in and do the daily stuff. Firstly is the meringue. It takes quite a bit of time to bake, so if there are a lot of orders, I have to come in earlier. Goes on to production, which means I bake cakes, our usual cakes that you see on the counter. Apart from that, I also have to liaise with my trainees to tell them what they need to do for the day and what are the things that needs to be corrected. You have to know why you do certain things. I have to do kind of like a stock take for the cakes, what we have in the freezers, what we can sell to the customers. You have to multitask. You eat, you work, you think about what are the plans that you have for the next cake that's coming up. You have to think about what else you can pass on to your trainees to do, how much you have to teach them. Being a chef, the hardest part is physical labor. You have to stand up straight as long as you work. If you're baking, you tend to stand in front of the oven for long periods of time and it's really, really hot. Once you open the oven, you have the hot air in your face. Your hands get wet all the time. You have to wash your cloth, your dishes, or whatever that you need. Okay, being in the F&B line, you have to rest and go home early, otherwise you cannot concentrate the next day. No more late nights, no more late night movies. It's dangerous. You know, you're chopping something, you may end up chopping your hands. You have to be able to concentrate every second. It's not an easy job, it's not a very safe job, but it's fun. We get to experiment with whatever we like. Like if we want to try out a certain recipe or candy, my boss is pretty flexible with that. Say we have an order for a 3-dimensional wardrobe. So everybody will usually sit around and we'll come up with designs. You roll icing and you cut out different designs. That's fun because we get to chit chat, so everybody gets to bond together. On good days, I get off on the dot, which is about 2:30. So on busier periods like Christmas, you work really, really long hours. You can also work 24 to 48 hours. We kind of try and help each other out. If we can get home early, we go home early at the same time. I work 6 days a week. There's no getting off on weekends. Being a chef, you can't just think about baking cakes all day long. You have to think about other things like coming out with new recipes, new flavors, new designs. You have to look through internet, it's the best source, or look through the books and magazines, or go to a bookstore, sit there for hours and look through. You see what kind of different cakes and designs that other people offer. Naturally, you want to do better than them. It's good because you set a higher goal for yourself every time you see something nice. So customers get to see and eat more interesting things, and it's a way to improve yourself. I get a sense of satisfaction when I know that I've really done my best. When we get thank you cards from customers and you really feel like, wow, they really like your cakes and you did a great job. It always feels nice to have somebody appreciate what you do. The best way to start is to go to school to build a strong foundation, which is very important. Get your hands dirty. Try every single thing. Don't worry if it fails. It probably will fail for the first few times, but practice makes perfect. It helps a lot to really, really love your job. Otherwise, the physical labor will tire you out unless you're willing to put in a lot of hard work, a lot of scolding before you get things right. Without passion for it, you can never stick with it for long.